Shalimar Garden is one of the most magnificent gardens of the world. It was also the most beautiful garden of the Mughal era. It was built in 1641 under the supervision of Governor of Punjab, Ali Mardan Khan.
A military genius and effective ruler, Babur's love for gardens was inherited by the Mughal lineage, some building their tombs in gardens. Today, we'll be looking at Lahore's well-known Shalimar Garden, commissioned by Emperor Shah Jahan. He fancied a specific site northeast of Lahore, owned by Arya Mia family. After being given the land for the garden's construction, Shah Jahan gave the Mia family the guardianship of the garden. In 1641, the Shalimar Garden of Lahore was initiated, and in 1642, it was built. There isn't one but three Shalimar Gardens. The first garden was in Srinagar, Kashmir. Emperor Babur then commissioned a garden in Kabul, Afghanistan, who was also named Shalimar Garden, which was the second one. The meaning of the Shalimar name remains a mystery, though it is based on moonlight. And this very garden is located 7 kilometers away from Shahi Killa, Lahore Fort. Shalimar Garden is divided into three section terraces: Farah Bakhsh, Faiz Bakhsh, and Hayat Bakhsh. The design was inspired by the concept of Jabagh Garden in Persia, divided to 4 sections. The upper section has total 102 fountains. 4 structures are placed on the upper terrace. The Emperor's Aramgah, placed south. The Queen's Aramgah, which is placed west, where behind it is a nursery that nurtures flowers and other plants, then repotted in the garden. On the east is a pavilion, and behind it is Nakar Khana, where it has north and south entrances for the emperors or delegates' ceremonious entrances, where drummers are supposed to be present. A place named Arz Begi, where the king would hear the requests or problems of the locals and give solutions to their problems. Farah Bakhsh was only allowed for the royals. The fountain's water system and engineering worked through gravity. The garden was dominated by species of mango and jamun fruit trees for 80 years. Later on, it was in terrible condition, along with shahtoot and dates. In front of the king's sleeping chamber is a pavilion for the ambassadors or delegates called Ewan Pavilion, which views the garden in front, and next to it, a structure that is dedicated to a Sikh veteran medic during Sikh rule, who was also a polymath, which was then restored and named Moorcroft Structure after the British restored the old structure. Faiz Bakhsh is the middle terrace, also known as the Terrace of Entertainment. In front of the Ewan Pavilion viewing the garden is a throne situated where the king would sit. The Ewan Pavilion, along with 3 other pavilions, are placed in a north-south-east-west formation to enclose the main water body, and on top of the water body is a performance space for musicians and dancers called Sama Bhadan, with terracotta panels on both of its sides for good acoustics. The water body surrounded by the pavilion acts as a tank, and you will notice that there is a space present in front which actually acts as a waterfall drainage, leaving the middle terrace to the lower terrace. As a form of irrigation, using the water wheel to supply water to the tank, which then overflows, and the water then falls to the lower terrace and activates the lower terrace fountains. Reason for the name of Sama Badon is because of the teamwork of the sheet of water in the water tank and the light from the lanterns, forming colors to entertain the view from the viewers to the performers. This forms unity. This forms unity between the Faiz Bakhsh and Hayat Bakhsh. Hayat Bakhsh, which is the lower terrace, there's only one structure called Daulat Khana, where the poor and the needy would be heard by the emperor and be helped by him. The Hayat Bakhsh has two gates, each named according to the direction of the city they're facing: Lahore Gate of East and Delhi Gate of West. Farah and Faiz Bakhsh were used by royals for their own purposes and for certain dignitaries, which are also dominated by mango, jamun, and shahdood trees. It's also dominating the lower terrace as well. There is also a Shahi Hammam present, but due to it being heavily damaged by the Sikh invasion and restored, nowadays serves as a public toilet. It has been restored through plaster works. The fountains are also restored, but due to electricity issues in Lahore, the fountains at times work. Shahi Hammam is divided into three parts: the changing rooms, the Garam Khana, where you get the hot water, and then there's another chamber where you get the cool water, and then there's a jacuzzi which is filled with water of any temperatures you wish. You may notice these huge minars. They're called security minars, also known as Burj. So there are two placed in the middle and four on the edges of the master plan. For elephants to reach from the lower to the middle terrace, a ramp is used. There are also stairs available for the dignitaries or people to come from the lower terrace to the upper terrace, and they are very wide for easy access for many people.
Due to war with Sikh and Afghanistan, the garden was terribly affected. Mostly during the rule of Sikh era, the garden was effective in a lot of ways, like they stole precious stones from the garden and used them in their golden temple. But also when with war with Afghans